Hey guys, Chad's back with another video, and in this video I'm just going to discuss of what I'm doing with my big Darius Garland investment. This is a guy who I PC'd pretty much, not in terms of to keep his cards in my collection, more of like a prospecting PC. This is the guy I already went hard on, and his prices have seen a big bump with the start of the season. As the season approaches, prices start to go up because obviously when the season's about to start, a lot of people pick up on his prices. His prices of his, like, I base it off the Silver Prism. The Silver Prism was going for like 180. The 150, it was going like 150 before like the season was even close. As we're approaching the season, once the season was about to come, I think it was like 225. As he's come on, had a couple good games. The Cavs, I think, are 3-1. He had a decent game today as well. Cavs are 3-1. He's averaging like 19 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, somewhere around that range. So his prices are starting to go up. His Silver Prism is up to like 450 to probably past 450 because there's already an auction that doesn't end for like 3 days. That's up to 450. It's probably more of like 500 to 550 range. His Prism Silver. We're just going to go on why I haven't been selling them, because when I sent these cards in to be graded, these are all the graded cards I have back so far of him. And these are all the raw cards I still have in my possession. I do have a bunch of raw cards at CompC. We're going to go into that part later on in the video. I'm going to show you all the cards I still have, because CompC just now, today, uploaded all my Darius Garlands. They took about 4 months to upload. So when you're sending cards to them that are from this year, be careful, because they take like 4 or 5 months to actually put the cards on the site. If you send it at the 50-cent range, where it's 3 weeks, they're pretty good at hitting that 3-week mark. But if you send it in that 35-cent mark, whereas that the current year, they're taking like 4 or 5 months, and that's from stuff I sent months ago. They're probably even more delayed now. So I would say pay that extra 15 cents per card and send them in at that guaranteed 3 weeks, and you'll get the cards up in like 3 or 4 weeks rather than spending like 4 or 5 weeks with mine. But it actually helped me in my favor because Darius Garland's price had gone way up. His silvers were selling for like $30-something, $40 when I sent them in on CompC. Right now they're like approaching 100. So again, the price went up a lot. So hey, that actually did me a favor by holding on to the cards. So basically, I'm not going to sell any of the graded cards I have. These are all PSA 10s, I think about 15. And right here written, I have how much I actually paid for these cards. And this is for the card and graded. So I paid like $2 or $3 for the card. I think it was $12 for the grading. So I'm in $15 on this card. I think there's auction ending like 3 days, and there's already up to 75 bucks on this card. This card is like around $100, nothing too big. The purple is probably more around $200. Again, I'm $16 in. Paid like $4 or $5 for the card, $12 for grading. Another purple right here. And obviously going into the season, when I sent these to get graded, this was like around March. I was hoping that these cards sell for like $100. They're selling for double. A lot of these are selling for double what I was hoping that these cards would be selling for by the time I got them back. But the market changed completely, and it changed my perspective on the cards. And I'm going to go over all that pretty soon once I get to the Prism Silvers, because they kind of dictate the market, and I'll talk more about it when I get to theirs. Got the Purple Shock. These are going for like $250. We got the orange. I'm $40 into this one. This one I paid a little bit more. I think it was like $12 to get graded, and I paid like, you know, $20-something for the card and plus shipping and everything. So it came out to around 40 bucks. Again, this price sells $250, $300 maybe. The hollows, again, I'm 25 bucks into this card. I think I was picking these up for really cheap, like honestly $10, $15. I never even paid $15. The most I paid is like maybe $13, $14 for one of these hollows. I have a bunch on CompC. I'm going to show you. These are going for like 50 bucks on CompC, and I have like 6, I think, in CompC right now that they just uploaded today. So 25 bucks into this card is like 300 bucks. Prism, red, white, and blues. The last sold for like 225. 18 bucks into this. Have another one right here, PSA 10. These all I got graded myself. That's why you see the cheap prices, because all these I got graded myself. The only one that I don't have, that I only graded card I did sell, was the PSA 9 White Sparkle. I had bought that off eBay for $115. Then right before the season started, I sold it for $350. So again, made $200 profit. And then I'm gonna go into that, how I'm basically gonna free roll these cards. Plus, what I mean by free roll is that I'm not really into it, because I made so much money off that. I'm gonna make so much money off of Darius Garland, and I've already made so much flipping his raws already on eBay, that I'm pretty much gonna free roll these plus about 70 to 85 more cards I currently have being graded at PSA 10. I'm talking about select number to 10. I have 2 of those. I have like 3 or 4 gold waves being graded select. I have optic number to 25, optic number to 39. I have optic bunch of I think I have 1 more hollow. I have prism number to 50, number to 75, number to 299. I have a bunch of prisms. I have a bunch of stuff still being graded. So again, 22 bucks into these. These used to go for like 250, not $250, $250. These are the silvers. Like I said, there's auctions ending now that are ending like in 3 days that are already up to 450. These are probably like approaching $500, $600. And again, the reason why I'm holding on to them is simply because if you see the counterparts, people in his class like Kobe White, Kobe's Whites before the season started, his was going for $1,200. So that shows me the full potential of what his card can be doing right now in like the next couple months. So if I saw Kobe White before the season started was going for $1,200, that's his ceiling. So before the season, when I got these back and they were going for 200, I'm like, I was really debating whether to sell because I have so much still being graded of his that I was like, I'm just gonna sell all the ones I do currently have, and I still have like 70, 80 cards still coming. But I don't have a lot. I don't have any more silver prisms, and that really got me thinking. Then I checked Kobe White, and his was going for 1,200, and I think he's a better player than Kobe White. So I'm like, why am I going to sell for 200 when the ceiling's somewhere over $1,000? Why am I going to sell at 200 when there's so much more potential for this card to grow, which now is pushing $500, $600, and it could still keep going up if he continues to play well. If Kobe White's was going for 1,200, why can't his card be for 1,200? Obviously, he's not as hyped. Hype kind of matters. Doesn't really matter what you do on the court. I get that. But again, why would I sell for $200 before the season started? Because a lot of, people say you should sell with the hype before the season. When I believed in the player and I saw what Kobe White's prices were going for, I knew his cards were still super undervalued. And I've mentioned in old videos when I was getting like his gold waves for like 40 bucks and Kobe White's gold waves were going for like 500, 600 at the time. And I'm like, there's no way I'm going to pay that for Kobe White when I could pick up like 10 Darius Garlands, who I think is a better player. Like, that's how you got to value when you go picking up players, is basically getting value out of them. So if you have 2 players that you like equally and one player sells for a fifth of the other guy, you should just pick up the guy who's going for a fifth. Obviously, yeah, you want to cover your base and pick up a few of his cards. But so yeah, we got a couple more silvers right here. So Prism, $30 into these. On average, I paid around $15. It's like $12 for grading. I just rounded up to 30 just to make a nice round number, but I'm actually under $30 into these cards, and I have 4 PSA 10 silvers. And then I have a fast break blue prism. I am 55 bucks into this, so I probably pay like $40, 30 something, probably 39 with shipping and everything. Came out to 55 with the cost of grading with 12 bucks. This one's numbered to 175. And this one probably goes for around the same as the silver prism, probably a little bit more, somewhere around the same price these cards go for. So not too bad there. And again, I'm not selling these cards. Again, multiple reasons why. I saw the potential, like Shay's prices of his silvers were going for crazy. And I think next year he could be in the same position as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and his price could be similar. His silvers were selling for like $1,500. I don't know what they're doing now, but before the season, his silvers were going for like $1,500. I think he could be positioned to have a silver that's going for like $1,500. Again, $30 in. So he can have a silver at that range if he continues to play how he's playing. Because, again, it's the 5th overall pick. He was Mr. Tennessee like 2 or 3 years in his state. The McDonald's All-American. I mean, he has a great pedigree. To me, that's why I went so heavy on him, is because I thought he was the third best player in the draft class, and his prices were going for like the 20th best player. Like, he was like a not even a lottery pick. Like, his prices were going for, like, I was picking some of his silver prisms for like $5, $4. Like, on average, yeah, I paid $15, but I picked some up for really, really dirt cheap. And that's what I look for. When I like a player and his prices are so low, I just go crazy all in. And these are the other raw cards that I have. And again, these are all freebie cards. I've never go out and just buy this card. These are cards that I probably bought like a silver prism or a hollow for like 10 bucks. And it was a lot that included a few cards. And you guys saw these debuts that were in that lot that I got. That white pulsar. I think I got a couple other cards. And again, I don't put value on these cards. But again, as he blows up, all his cards start to pick up value. And that's what I told you guys, that all these freebie cards eventually. And I got all my silver prisms that I got of Darius Garland. And I sold like a lot of 20 of them. I never paid once I bought a Darius Garland Prism base. I never once bought one. And I wound up with like 30 or 40 Prism base Darius Garlands. And those right now are pushing like 20 bucks or something like that. And I never once did I buy one of those. Again, these are all freebie cards. These are cards I still have. The cards that I didn't think had value to send to Comp C at the time when I sent the orders to Comp C. And again, as he blows up all these little cards, we'll start to sell for $1 I could just sell them in a big lot and just get rid of them. These are all like, you know, Chronicles. Got some of his college stuff. Some of them are like color parallels, as my, you know, everything is just going everywhere. But you guys get the gist. You know, college, cards are falling all over the place, disaster. Jesus. But college, we have some, you know, color variations. We have some things. We got some luck of the lottery. We got some, you know, revolutions, hoops, you know, certified lottery ticket of these. Got a couple of those. We got a bunch of prism inserts. Some of them are actually, you know, silver ones. Some of them, I think we have a hyper of the lottery pick. So again, we still have, these don't have the great value now, but again, this is probably on Comp C like a couple dollars now, but again, I'll just wait and I'll probably just sell it all in a lot on eBay. This one is like a severely off-centered photo variation of his. So still have a bunch of stuff. We're going to go into Comp C and I'm going to show you guys how pretty much after I sell most of my Comp C, and again, they still have to upload a bunch of my cards to Comp C. I still have probably about 300 cards. Probably not, most of them aren't Darius Garland, but they're still missing some Darius Garlands. But I'm just going to show you my Darius Garland, how many cards I have up. And I'm going to start, you know, trying to move some of the cards here in the next couple days. And I'm just going to show you guys basically how I'm going to be free rolled on his Prism. That's why I'm going to hold a lot of his PSA cards. So when I get those back, I'm probably just going to hold them into next season. Most of them, depends on how it goes. Maybe I'll sell some of them. Maybe if I get back some 9s or whatever, I'll sell some of those. Depends, we'll see. But I'm going to be pretty much free rolled once I get rid of all my Comp C cards that I have right there. So we're going to move over to Comp C and I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, guys, we're over on my Comp C account. I'm just going to go through some of the cards I have currently that just got uploaded. I'm still missing some cards because they still have a bunch of cards of mine to get uploaded. But I'm not missing that many Darius cards. I'm probably missing a couple cards here and there, probably like 10, 20 cards maybe of his still yet to be uploaded. But I'm just going to go through what I have now and just tell you around what price I got into them on. And just show you that with all the profit that I'm going to make off these cards is just going to basically make it easier for me to hold on to the PSA cards. And hopefully they can reach the potential of some of the other guys like Kobe's white prices that we're going for to start the season. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's prices to start the season. This year, maybe that could be his, you know, ceiling next year. And I want to just basically, since I'm basically not going to be too much into the cards, if anything into those cards, that I feel comfortable just holding on to him and see what the potential he can get to. So basically, we got right there hoops numbered to 75. As you guys can see right there, that one's numbered to 75. Probably paid a couple dollars for that shit. Probably like $2. The greens, I could have paid anywhere from $2 to $5 for the greens. We have 1, 2. We got 2 greens right there, as you can see right now. The lowest one on Comp C is $38. We got hypers, again, somewhere around the $10 range. They're going for around $79, the cheapest one on there. So we have 2 of those. The oranges, probably around 10 to 15 bucks. Again, cheapest one on Comp C, $95. The pinks around $5. They're going for $34. We have 6 of those, 5 of those, something like that. Red, white, and blues, again, $2 to $5 I picked these up for. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of those, again $2 to $5 on average. There's the cheapest one up right now is 31 bucks on that one. We got the ruby waves, again similar, 5 to 10 bucks I picked these up for. Cheapest one is 59 bucks. We got 3 of those. Then we have prism silvers, again on average I picked these up for around 15 bucks. We have 3 of those. The cheapest one up is $98 and I have 3 of those. Base prisms, again, these are free cards, so basically I'm only into them what I paid to get the cards uploaded, which is 35 cents. Cheapest one up is $14.73. And again, these prices are going up, so I might just start selling them little by little and just see if this price keeps going up and up and up. Especially some of the other stuff like the mosaic and stuff. I think the mosaic has some room to grow. The prism stuff I might look to start moving aggressively on, and then some of the other stuff I might not. As you can see, like the mosaic debuts are 48 cents still, none. I'm the only one. The blue mosaic is a number to 99. There's none on Comp C, so I have a monopoly. That's what they say when there's none up. There's none in the none for sale right now. So basically I have a monopoly. I could just sell, put the price, the asking price, basically. The orange debuts, the cheapest one up is 14 bucks. The silvers is $9, which is crazy because the silver should sell for more than the orange reactive. But again, the cheapest one up at 14 doesn't mean that that's what it's going to sell for. That's just the cheapest one up. Optic bases, again, these are freebie cards. The same thing with so if you guys see any base and stuff like that, pretty much those are cards that I bought in lots that I basically didn't put any value towards. So I basically got those for free. Either they were throw-ins when I bought a big Darius Garland card, or I was chasing a silver or a color variant. I paid what the color variant goes for, not anything more. And basically in that lot included some base cards. But I actually didn't physically ever buy any base cards of his. They just came and basically they go for $5. Not a bad. The color variants like this one right here, this was numbered to 59. This blue prism, I think it was like $30 I paid for this card. I'm sure this card goes for over $100 right now, probably 150 or something like that. Anywhere from like 100 to 100 and something dollars I can get for that card. The blue velocities, again, anywhere from $2 to $5. I was picking these color variants up for $12. And now what the prices are, these were dirt cheap on CompC, like $2 or $3, like just 3 or 4 months ago. I should have just but I was so much into Darius Garland already that I just couldn't. I was thinking about just going there and buying a lot of stuff on CompC already, but I didn't. I just like, I have so much of his stuff, I just couldn't, justify doing it anymore. Blue velocity, again, $2 to $5. They sell them for $12. We got the Fanatics. They're selling for $7. I paid like $1 or $2 for those Fanatics. I have a bunch of those. The hollows, paid around $10 on average for them. They're going for $53. The cheapest one up, I'm sorry. I have 6 of those, I believe. We got the pinks. We got this one's numbered to 249. The cheapest one up is $70. I think I paid like $20 for that card. Purple prism, again, $2 to $5. Cheapest one up is $19. We got the purple shock, again, $2 to $5. Cheapest one up is $33. Got 2 of those. We have a monopoly on the fast break silver. Again, these are the photo variation fast breaks. Cheapest one of $55. Again, I think $5 on average I paid for this, maybe $5, $6. We got a numbered to 50 right here, mosaic fast break. I think it was 19 or 18 bucks I paid for that card. Again, it should sell for a lot more than that now. Color variants of mosaic around $3 to $5. You see what they're selling for. The cheapest one's up. You guys get the gist. Have a lot of Darius Garlands up there. On average, I paid $3 to $5 for those color variants of mosaic, and they're going for a lot more now. The silvers, I paid $10 on average, $47. The base, I got them for free basically, and $1 or $2. I think that's a cheap buy, a nice buy to go for. One of the cheapest ones of all his base cards. They're, I think, severely undervalued, the mosaics. But again, they have a lot of surface issues with mosaics, so obviously a lot of people are shying away from those type of cards. But as you guys can see, once I sell all these cards, and again, a lot of these cards were way cheaper than they're going for now. A lot of these were freebie cards, throwing cards. And once I sell all these, it'll basically cover the cost of the grading plus the cards that I have being graded currently at PSA, which is around 70 to 80 cards. And plus what I already sold with the white sparkle that I made $200 on, flipping some of his cards that I sold a lot of like 20 prism cards for like around 150, 200 bucks. And again, I didn't pay anything for those. Those were pure profit. And a bunch of other cards. Most of the flips I did were, I did flip a couple silvers for like 30 something, 40 bucks when they were a while ago. So when they were going for around that price, I have sold some of the like retail stuff, but not too much. Most of the stuff is like when I buy a numbered card and I didn't like the condition of it, I would just resell it. So I would always try to buy stuff under market value. So they say most of the number to 199 sold for 60 bucks. I would try to get one for 40. I get it. I didn't like the condition, then I would sell it for 60, 65 bucks. I would only profit like $10 on the card. But again, I looked in the ones that the ones that came out good is like the number card that I did have came out as a 10. The ones I didn't like the condition, I would just sell for profit, not a lot of profit, but make some money back. And eventually you keep doing that. It all adds up. $10 here, $20 here, $15 here, $10 here, all adds up. I probably made like $500, $600 flipping this stuff on eBay raw. Plus what I'm gonna make on CompC, plus the $200 of flipping that white sparkle, should cover a lot of the costs, and that's why I feel more comfortable holding on to them. And then when you see guys, the prices of the Kobe Whites and the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, which I compare him to, being so high, and you see the ceiling of what his prices can be, that when they start approaching that, then I'll start being more, you know, start thinking about actually moving some of the stuff. But if they're still under like half of his potential, I probably won't move him. Once they start getting closer to that $1,000 mark or something like that, I'll probably get a little antsy, start moving some of his stuff, to be honest with you. But again, what allows me to be more relaxed is when I see comparable players and what they are going for. And if they're going for a lot more, I know that he has so much more room to grow. And then also, since I'm so little into these cards, I got these, you know, when they were real cheap, got them graded. And then I'm selling a lot of, I bought so much raw of his that I'm flipping now all those for a lot of huge profits. That kind of makes me a little bit more at ease. Again, I wouldn't be, you know, if you were somebody else and you just want to just sell everything, just get all the profit you can now. You never know. He could go out there and break his leg, get ran over by a car. Team could get into air. Anything can happen. So obviously I'm just I'm just more comfortable holding on to it. But anything can happen. Like any crazy stuff can happen. So you never know. But I'm comfortable holding on to them. And basically that's how, you know, you can take a severely undervalued asset, and if you go hard on them and you believe in the guy, I mean, I wouldn't suggest going as hard as I did on Darius Garland. Again, I was getting these cards for really cheap. But if he would have came out and been a complete bust, but I was comfortable because I got him so cheap that his prices really couldn't go down. I was getting him at the price that is so cheap that it was really, really hard for his price to actually go under that he only had room to go up. So it kind of like limited my risk when that's one reason I went so hard on him, is because his stuff was so cheap that I didn't see that much risk, and I saw so much potential of growth. And I don't know if we're going to see that in the future now, because out of the gates, the prices are crazy now. Like in football, like these guys, raw cards of, you know, these players are selling for like 4, 5, 10 times what I was paying for last year for like Kyler and Daniel Jones. Like I picked up Kyler Murray Prisms bases for like under $10. And now like all these rookie quarterbacks, some of them are going for over 100 something out the gate, which is crazy. But you know, prices have changed. I don't know if in the future I'll be able to like get a prospect for this cheap. So I'm glad that I got into the hobby when I did. I've only been in the hobby for like a year that I did, and I was able to capitalize on getting a prospect so cheap, especially a highly touted prospect so cheap with his potential to go up. Hopefully that helps you when your mindset. One of the biggest things you want to do is, you know, compare the player to right players. Don't compare. I'm not comparing him to John Morant, Trae Young. Like he's not that hyped and that type of player. Compare him more to the Kobe Whites and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and I saw what they were going for, and I'm like, he's better than those guys in my opinion. Obviously, they could turn out to be better than him, but in my opinion, I scouted him to be a better player than those guys, and I saw what they're going for. I'm like, whoa, this is dirt cheap. I'm going all in on this guy, and that's why I have so much Darius Garland. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. You guys have any questions about, you know, what I did, how I was getting the players. I bought most of these cards at auction. I bought them in lots, and I will usually buy multiple cards. I might do that, show you guys like my old eBay buys. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. I can show you guys like from the beginning of the year stuff that I was buying and the prices I was buying it for. You can see like I got stuff for dirt cheap. Like I got RJ Barrett court sides, and it was like a couple other guys there, like Rui Hachimura courtside, Sekou Demboya courtside. It was like 6 or 7 guys courtside, and I got it for like $20. RJ's courtside raw sells for like $100 now. Like I could show you a lot of the crazy buys that I had. If you guys are interested in that, I could go through my eBay and just see some of the purchases that I bought like way back when prices were actually, you know, dirt cheap. That's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please make sure to leave a like down below. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe. Till next time, guys.